Hi, my name is Jacob Richter. I'm coming to you from what is probably a familiar location, Cooper Library at Clemson University. I'll be your instructor for English 3140 technical writing this summer. I hope you're at home enjoying the first few nice days of summer. Basically, we have 15 weeks of material to pack into only 6 weeks of our course, so it'll be quite the whirlwind, but I promise we will do our best to keep the class as productive and constructive as possible for all of us throughout our 6 weeks or so together. So this is really just a short intro video just to introduce you to the class and to kind of introduce you to how the course will be run, especially because considering we're an online distance course, so it'll be a bit unconventional. But I'll begin by telling you a little bit about myself. I was born in a small town in upstate New York. Since then, I've lived all over the country. I've been here in Clemson for about a year now, so I'm definitely getting accustomed to the South and I guess to Clemson's unique culture. Throughout our time together, I'll be posting videos such as this one to orient you to the various projects that we'll be working on throughout the semester. If you had a chance to look over the syllabus, you'll see we'll be working on a variety of software and media over the coming months. This is not a traditional English course, you should know that right away. Rather, this one is focused on production, it's focused upon making and doing, in addition to simply knowing. Now my goals for this single video right here are twofold. First, to introduce you to the course, to help you to become comfortable with what we'll be working on this semester. And then second, to go over the course syllabus, which, because we're dispersed and far away from one another, will be far more important for organizational purposes than syllabi typically are in in-person courses. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I know the quote-unquote syllabus day in a lot of courses can be really tedious and a little bit dry. We're going to try and avoid that. I'm going to go through this as fast as possible, but like I said, it is vital for us to nail down and codify the syllabus before we actually begin, because with us all being dispersed and in different places, it can get rather confusing quickly. Anyway, so my name is Jacob Richter. You'll see my office is listed in Daniel 402, not that I expect many of you to be visiting me. My office hours are Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. In Google Hangout and in Canvas by appointment, really whichever of those works for you. I use and have used both to speak with students in the past. Basically, office hours are going to be coordinated through email. What I would ask is that you will email me, or in some cases I will email you, and I will ask if we can meet virtually, digitally, through Google Hangout or through Canvas, and you and I will talk. If you would like to contact me, email is always the best way. You'll see my email listed right there, jdrich@g.clemson.edu. But yeah, for office hours, it's always best to schedule, and I've written this officially into the syllabus, schedule ahead of time through email, and I will make time to meet with you. I would love to meet with you. I want to meet all of you. So the way the class is going to work is we're going to work on a Tuesday to Monday schedule. All projects, assignments, and readings will be assigned on Tuesdays, such as today when you're probably listening to this video for the first time. And finally, everything will be due the following Monday at 3 p.m. So all projects, all assignments, all readings, everything is due each Monday at 3 p.m. You'll see this listed in the course schedule in a bit more codified and detailed and exact of a manner. But basically Tuesday to Monday, you'll have the full week to complete each week. So this course will challenge students to first cultivate and nurture skills of technical writing, technical communication, and rhetoric's functioning in society. Our second goal is to assess, evaluate, and respond to diverse audiences, publics, and interfaces. Thirdly, our goal is to compose in a variety of media using strategies that showcase technical writing's ability to articulate generative knowledge and to circulate ideas into the world. The section of English 3140 technical writing focuses on professional communication and writing in the disciplines, specifically with an orientation toward communication to diverse public audiences through social media technologies. Every field and profession has its own genres and conventions for how communication is accomplished, but a goal for this course is to learn not simply how to communicate, but rather how to communicate well in a variety of situations, contexts, and exigencies. This course ultimately is designed to help you gain proficiency with technical communication in general, but also to provide you with an opportunity to explore and research how technical writing functions in your chosen field of study or future profession. focus of this classroom will be for you to create deeply and thoughtfully, and for you to practice technical communication through consideration and deliberation concerning all of the choices you'll make in a variety of course projects. You will do so, of course, within an attempt to influence, to instruct, to engage, to assemble, and/or to convince your target audiences and publics. This course offers you an opportunity to communicate what you have learned throughout your college career so far, as well as through both writing and other forms of multimedia communication. This course is designed to introduce you to contemporary theory and practice in technical writing so that you may become a successful communicator in your future career trajectory. You'll have the opportunity to practice and improve your reading, writing, and research skills through semester-long collaborative engagement with current issues and technical communication, as well as culminating projects assigned on a weekly basis that put our reading and discussion into tangible practice. Through coursework, you will gain proficiency with cloud-based writing tools, with the Adobe Creative Cloud, with video and photo editing, with network writing software, and with the rhetorical flexibility commanded expertly by the contemporary technical communicator. I've written out a number of learning outcomes. The first is rhetorical knowledge, the second is comprehension, the third is application, followed by analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. We'll be working through all of these throughout the semester. All right, so on to the nitty-gritty. So as far as the practical expectations for the course, so we do have a required textbook. The textbook is from Mike Markle and Stuart A. Selber. It's called Practical Strategies for Technical Communication. You must have the 3rd edition. I looked up a variety of strategies in which to buy this textbook in as efficient and economically effective way as possible. Basically, I found the publisher itself is able to sell you the book at a bit of a discount. It's still a little bit steep. It'll set you back a little bit, but it's entirely worthwhile. I want you to know that this course cannot be completed successfully without this textbook. Some courses you don't use the textbook very frequently. This is not going to be one of them. Do not fall into that trap. We are going to, if you see on the course syllabus, each week we're going to be orienting our course around the way that the textbook situates us in relation to technical communication. So buy the book, have it as soon as possible. Ideally, you'll already have it. I sent an email out last week, so my expectation is that you all already have it. We're, like I said, jumping right into it. We're not wasting any time. So you'll see there are a variety of other texts that I am supplying. They're all linked there, so it should be relatively simple for you. Technology requirements. So I will instruct you and give specific instructions each week on what we're going to need for projects and assignments over that 7-day period. Basically, we're going to be using Yellowdig, which is a social media learning management software program. It's very easy to use. It's located right within Canvas. I believe it is the 3rd tab down. Basically, Yellowdig is meant to look just like a Facebook feed. If you've used Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat in the past in your own life, then you will integrate yourself into using Yellowdig really quickly. You'll see I've linked a guidelines for conversation and networked communities document here. I suggest you all read over that and use that as a resource for yourself. Basically, Yellowdig is going to be one of the centers of our course. Because we are far away, that is how we will interact with one another. That is how we will get to know one another. Additionally, we're going to use Adobe Spark Page, Adobe Spark Post, Adobe Premiere Pro Rush, and a software program called Hypothesis. Don't worry about any of those yet. We will get to them when we get to them in a couple of weeks. I've talked about office hours. You can go back to the beginning of the video if you have concerns there. Go ahead, read the course policy and grading procedures. We learn through active learning. I don't do tests or quizzes, anything along those lines. We do entirely labor-based grading. We do entirely project-based learning. Like I've mentioned, we work on a Tuesday to Monday schedule, meaning that course projects, lessons, materials, Yellowdig conversation, and collaborative annotations are all due Mondays at 3 p.m. See the course schedule for specifics. Go ahead and look through the major assignments. You'll see that working with our social media software Yellowdig, that conversation is 30% of your final grade. I'm going to talk about how to work Yellowdig, how to move through that interface in a specific video, so look forward to that in the next couple of days. Our first project is what you should be concerned about right now. Basically, you're going to make a resume, and that is going to be your first technical document that you will produce for this class for English 3140 this summer. You'll see that each of our next 3 projects are 10% of your grade, and your final project that'll be due on the final day of class on June 21st is 20%. As I mentioned, don't worry about Yellow Dig quite yet. I'm going to make a separate video on Yellow Dig. You'll see, go ahead and read through the Plagiarism and Academic Dishonesty statement, as well as the Writing Center statement. Student Accessibility Services and Disability Pride statement is listed here. Please, please, please talk to me as soon as possible if I can help you in any way with any kind of accessibility issue or with any disability issue. I would be happy to accommodate. I'm happy to, frankly, do whatever I possibly can to help you be successful in this course. The only thing is that I have to know ideally as soon as possible. I cannot help you if I don't know that you would desire help. You'll see the Title IX sexual harassment statement. I am committed, as well as Clemson University, to a policy of equal opportunity for all people that does not discriminate on the basis of race, of color, of religion, of sex, of sexual orientation, gender, pregnancy, national origin, age, disability, veteran status, genetic information, etc. As far as sexual harassment goes, we will have a zero tolerance policy. We will follow Clemson University's procedures to a T, and that includes even networked writing software programs such as Yellow Dig. The grading policy is pretty straightforward, pretty much what you're definitely probably likely going to be accustomed to here at Clemson. But read through that. All due dates, remember, Mondays at 3 p.m. That's a hard deadline. Some small assignments can be made up for 50%, can be handed in late. All large assignments can as well, but they will be penalized. The only assignment that cannot be made up late is the Yellow Dig conversation. I will talk more about that in the Yellow Dig video that I'm going to make. But the course schedule is listed here. You'll see for week 1, we have basically 4 things that are on the itinerary, that are on the docket. You're going to read in the textbook chapters 1 and chapter 3, and then chapter 10. Chapters 1 and 3 will introduce you to technical communication, will tell you what it is, and then chapter 10 will introduce you to practical strategies for workplace document production, which is our first project. Secondly, we have our secondary reading that we'll be doing each week. This will be a short piece. This week the reading is called The 7 Sins of Technical Writing. I believe it is about 7 pages, so it will not be too long. This is an old document, it's an old essay, it's from 1958, but it sets out a nice description of what technical writing is, which is kind of what we'll orient our first week around, answering that question of what is technical communication, but also differentiating that question from the question of how do we communicate well through technical documents. After our primary and secondary readings, the secondary reading, by the way, we're going to edit collaboratively. We're going to use Google Docs to annotate and make comments and point out interesting or provocative moments within Freeman's The 7 Sins of Technical Writing. Thirdly, though, our third main priority is our Yellow Dig conversation. Look for another video on Yellow Dig. Then finally, our first project, which is your resume, will be due next Monday, May 20th at 3 p.m. You're going to submit that in Canvas. So with that, I bid you adieu. I'll be in touch. I will communicate mostly via email over the next week or two. Look for announcements in Canvas. Basically, have a great week. I am really looking forward to getting to know you all. I expect a conference with each and every one of you over the next coming weeks. And I look forward to getting to know you, especially through our social media conversation. Best of luck. Concerns, questions, issues, troubles can always be directed to me via email, and we can always conference over video conferencing software. But have a great week. Good luck with the projects. I have full confidence in every single one of you. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Any questions, concerns, or issues can be directed to me over email, which I'll post here. Good luck, and I'm thrilled to begin with you all this semester.